Did you know plants can talk to each other? Now, before you start picturing a chatty cactus or a gossiping geranium, let's delve into the science behind this. Plants communicate using a language of airborne compounds, a fine mist exuded to chatter amongst themselves and also to shield themselves. This fascinating phenomenon of plant communication has been detected in over 80 species. Now let's journey to Japan, where two molecular biologists, Yuri Aratani and Takuya Uemura at Saitama University, are leading the charge in this field of study. They've been applying real-time imaging techniques to reveal how plants receive and respond to these aerial alarms. Their innovative research, published in the latest issue of Nature Communications, has opened up a whole new understanding of the secret lives of plants. So, next time you walk through a garden or forest, remember, there's a whole lot of conversation going on that we're just beginning to understand. But how do these plants receive and respond to these aerial alarms? Let's dive deeper into that. To answer this, the researchers devised a clever experiment. Picture this. A pump is rigged up to transfer compounds from injured and insect-riddled plants onto their undamaged neighbors. A fluorescence microscope is at the ready to watch the unfolding drama. The stage is set, the actors are in place, and the action is about to begin. The starring roles are played by leaves cut from tomato plants and Arabidopsis thaliana, a common weed in the mustard family. These leaves play the part of the injured, sending out distress signals. Meanwhile, a second, intact, insect-free Arabidopsis plant is the recipient of these cries for help. But there's a twist. These Arabidopsis plants are no ordinary weeds. They've been genetically altered so their cells contain a biosensor that fluoresces green when there's an influx of calcium ions. This is a key part of the plot, as it's through this influx of calcium that the plants respond to the distress signals. The action starts when the pump begins to transfer the volatile compounds, the distress signals from the injured plants to the undamaged ones. These volatile compounds are released by plants within seconds of wounding, and in this case, they're concentrated in a plastic bottle and pumped onto the recipient plant at a constant rate. So what happened when these undamaged plants were bathed in the volatile compounds released by their injured neighbors? The results were fascinating. The undamaged plants, it seems, were quite the active listeners. They responded to the danger cues from their injured neighbors in a remarkable way. It was as if they were reading an SOS in the air, an invisible distress signal sent out by their comrades in the face of a caterpillar attack. In response to these airborne messages, the undamaged plants set off a flurry of activity within their leaves. It was almost as if they were mounting their own internal alarms, preparing themselves for a possible onslaught. The guard cells, those tiny soldiers at the forefront of the plant's defense, responded first. Within a minute or so, they were generating calcium signals, a sort of internal alarm bell, if you will. But the communication didn't stop there. After the guard cells, the mesophyll cells picked up the message too. These cells, usually busy with photosynthesis, joined in the chorus, echoing the calcium signals across the plant. The whole plant was now aware of the danger, ready to respond. We have finally unveiled the intricate story of when, where, and how plants respond to airborne warning messages from their threatened neighbors, says Masatsugu Toyota, a molecular biologist at Saitama University in Japan, and the senior author of the study. This discovery unveils the intricate story of when, where, and how plants respond to airborne warning messages from their threatened neighbors. So, next time you pass by a plant, remember it might just be talking to its neighbor.